Thanks to Chloe Aiello. Big industries are grappling with systemic inequality and the destructive impact of racism in our country. Hollywood is no exception. One industry CEO speaking out amid this national reckoning is Byron Allen, CEO of Entertainment Studios, which operates a group of satellite and digital cable channels. Byron Allen recently penned an article for Deadline titled Black America Speaks, America Should Listen. And we are proud to say he's with us now. Byron, welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you. Let's start with the op-ed. And for our viewers that haven't read it, I suggest you do so. Very well written. You say in the order to never come back here again as a nation, we need to achieve Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s vision of one America. Tell us more about what you wrote and what that means.
Well, first of all, thank you. I really appreciate you having me. Yes, we put it at the Griot. It's at thegriot.com, and it's real simple. Black America Speaks, America Should Listen, what we need to do to never come back here again. And I think the mistake we're making here is that what I'm hearing quite a bit from white America is, where do I donate? How do I donate? And I keep saying this isn't a donation. We can't donate our way out of this. As a matter of fact, that also kind of comes off, believe it or not, racist in itself. It comes off as if I'm superior, you're inferior, I need to save you. And this isn't about saving. This is about respect and investing. You need to invest. And you're not going to donate your way out of this situation for us to really fix it. As Americans, we probably give away $200 to $300 billion a year, but we invest $25 trillion. Okay, so to do this right, we have to make sure folks have a proper education. Education is everything. We have to make sure these schools are properly funded. If you look at the numbers, this is also something it's more than Black Lives Matter. This is America as well, because America isn't well positioned. When you think about half the women in this country are living at or below the poverty line, half. And you think about all the children that are going to sleep, food insecure, and other emerging countries, other countries like China, they have over 200 million kids in college, over 200 million kids in college, the equivalent of 2/3 of our nation here in America, 330 million people, a little less than, about 4% of the global population is in college, mastering STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Everyone is bright enough to know the capital will end up in the hands of the folks with the intellectual capital. And white America has the most to lose by not making sure every American is fully engaged and positioned for success and maximize every American's fullest potential to carry the American flag in order to maintain our status economically globally. You have to do that just for us to stay where we are and grow. And white America has the most to lose because white America has the most in the way of assets. So white America needs to make the investment. It's important. So education and making sure folks have access to capital, bank loans, home loans, school loans. I think education should be free for all Americans, all Americans.
Byron, I have to ask, as more and more Americans are having these difficult conversations, what do you believe is the future of Hollywood in light of these protests and this national reckoning?
I think that will reconcile itself. Hollywood will always move towards the money, and there's an enormous amount of talent in the Black community and money to be made in the Black community. It's not show business, it's business show. Hollywood will more than always chase the money. That will get course corrected. There are bigger issues than Hollywood in America, as far as education and healthcare and economic inclusion. There's not a lot of economic inclusion. And as I said in my op-ed in the Griot, America kills us in the schoolroom and kills us in the boardroom and kills us in the courtroom long before we they kill us in the street. So we have to really lean in, and we have to stop all the excuses, and we have to make an investment. The investment is everything. Really important. Yeah, I don't want to hear that Franklin Templeton wants to do something and make a difference when, in fact, Franklin Templeton, at this point, they do not have an African American on their board. Okay, I would like to speak to the head of Franklin Templeton and say, let's talk about your board, and let's talk about your $600 billion that you manage, and are you investing in people of color? That's how you start to fix things.
Byron, I have less than a minute with you, but I have to ask this question to your point. Why don't we see more black TV CEOs and more black-owned entertainment businesses and sports owners? Why is that?
No access to capital. I started my company from my dining room table 27 years ago, and I own it 100%, not because I ever planned on that. No one's ever offered me one penny since I started it from my dining room table, putting my first television show on the air. Now I own, over 64 television shows and 9 television networks, a streaming service, including the Weather Channel, and 15 ABC, CBS, Fox affiliates around the country, and I have over 1,300 employees. I started from my dining room table and a phone and not one investor. Imagine how much bigger it would be if someone had come along and invested in me. It would be but it's still one of the biggest privately held media companies in the world. Mm-hmm. But that is because I did nothing but work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I'm happy about that. But I've watched my white counterparts have access to capital, and my black counterparts, zero access.
10 seconds left of the show. You are such an inspiration to so many. Thank you for using your platform for good. Byron Allen, sir, we appreciate you being on the show. Thank you so much.
You're the best.
Thank you. This is a wrap for Cheddar's News Wrap. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I'm Henna Doba. JD's in D.C. Goodbye to all of you. We'll see you tomorrow.